Like,
that's the best thing about having like
you can
a
let
girl
go.
that's
Vibe.
not an NZ girl, and is a bit of a posh girl. Because then you just go into a whole different world.
Yeah.
A different world.
Yeah, I've never seen myself at a 1975 concert. Like, never.
Yeah, I hear that.
It was banging, though. Coldplay. I saw Coldplay at V Festival.
Yeah, I've seen Coldplay.
You piss everywhere.
I saw the Killers at V Festival as well.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, the Killers. Dope.
Yeah, I've seen Coldplay, though. I've seen Coldplay. They used to do the thing where they had these, like, lights. Where you like they put them on the seat and that, and then do all of that, bro. There's like pictures of people with those type of things.
No, I saw them on the outside, bro. Rainy, like just everyone's outside and no one cares about the rain and it's just muddy and dirty.
Glasgow.
Yeah, bro.
Have you ever done Glasgow?
I done Glasgow once with my guy, Fem Fell. We went. I dropped
Fem Fell. I know Fem.
Big up Fem, like my guy. Man. We went to. I was doing the 8-seater Mercedes vehicles, innit?
Okay.
About a year ago, just before all the COVID and this, that, and the other. So I was doing, and I took on a job to take him and a DJ up there. And we went up there and we just had the most blinding time. The one thing about V Festival is it's too big. Yeah. I don't like big places where you could lose your partner.
Well, you talk about Glastonbury, you mean?
Yeah, Glasgow. I mean, sorry, not V Fest, Glasgow.
Yeah, it's massive, bro. Have you been there?
No, I do want to go, but
it's way too big.
2 days ago,
it's mad.
I feel like it's mad. It's definitely mad. But as in, do I really want to go? Do you know what I'm saying? Or am I just going because it's Glasgow? Half of the music that is there is country or whatever it is.
Right.
Half of it, I'll appreciate it, but I don't love it.
Oh, I love it, mate. I love it.
I do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's one-way tracks, Bombay Bicycle Club. There's a certain...
I hear you.
There's certain tracks that are just like, woo. But I reckon for the majority, to do like 2 days of it, might jar me a bit.
No,
you did one day. Did you stay? Did you stay though?
No, we didn't stay. We drove all the worst thing ever, though. I'll never do it again. Drove all the way back in the night, about 2
that's mad.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, Glastonbury, that's a mad one because... It's massive, bro.
Yeah, it's too big.
And to know that someone actually even just owns that land it's nuts anyway. But it's like you got too much. There's so much tents or whatever. But if you find a space where like it's just good music or whatever it is, then you could pretty much just stay there the whole time. And then usually people will go to the pyramid at the end to see the main act.
That's why you always got to go festivals, you know, because you would always, if you go on your own, you'll always find that one girl that you ain't seen for years.
Right.
It's
what,
crazy.
you go one up?
I don't know. No. But
I've done that once.
You will always find that girl that you ain't seen for years. You'll see someone that you ain't seen for years.
I know.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. I've always had it at festivals.
This is the thing, yeah. This is why I feel like this is an interesting thing, even to have a conversation with you about it, yeah. Is because so when you was doing that and I was going through some of my shits or whatever, I remember you was having a little conversation on your gram about pulling the plug on the road and stuff, yeah. And when I watch you talking and having conversations about shit, I think in my head, like you've always come across to me as a super free thinker, yeah. Am I wrong in saying that you've always been like that, or
no? 100%. My guys, you see how I am. It's not new to my guys.
Yeah.
Me listening to that sort of music or me doing that. Ask any of them, Marks or Hyper or Ask, they'll be like that. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
that's Chuckie. Like that's he's always been kind of like different from us.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Different in a nice way, like, you know what I mean? Just just I've always been, no matter what sort of the world I've been in, even in that whole gangster world, I've always been comfortable to be myself. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, from eating pussy to listening to 1975, I've always... do you get what I'm saying? I've always just... Yeah, I've always just been myself, innit?
Does that make it easier when it's time to just say, you know what, fuck that, man, I ain't even on this?
100%. 100%. I think I do. And that's so sick that you said that, you know? Because the way I move, like, oh, yeah, boom, I'm just going to do this, and in my own world... I really understand that for a lot, it's not that easy. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've probably put things in place 5-10 years ago that my guys thought, I knew this was fucking coming. Yeah. Do you get me? I knew from when he was eating pussy and going crazy, like in 2002. Straight. I knew he was going to end it. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
You knew you were going to be one of the first.
He listens to his music, and any of my guys will tell you, I was the first guy with a girlfriend. Guys weren't on wifeys. It was looked at like, oh, you got a girlfriend? No, man, we're just hitting them and we're just beating them. I had a girlfriend for time. Do you get what I'm saying? So even them little things, it was frowned upon where I'm from, like to have a girlfriend and be taking a girl serious. You're supposed to be out there with the boys 24/7.
Yeah.
No days off. Do you get what I'm saying? There was that stage that we all had where leaving the man them, guys will be like, oh, you joker, bro. You guys didn't hurt. But now it's like, you're allowed to. It's great for a man to leave his guys and go and link a bird, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Before it was frowned upon, bro. You gotta link a girl again. What, 2 days in a row? Oh, you're a gal clan.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
your
saying?
thing was different though, innit? You
Not really. Well, yeah, a bit, but I'm kind of a little bit closer to Chuckie in the sense where I've always kind of been me, and it just so happened that I found bare people that happened to be them, and it weren't all. We was all kind of maniacs. So I had a girl from kind of early, and that was probably the best thing that could have happened to me, you know, because like those were the years where it would have just got like even worse. Yeah. So yeah, people, everyone knew like like if you're from West, you knew I was a
that's what
character.
you was like.
I was a character. Innit?
You know, like, because I'm not gonna have this conversation here yet, right now. But there was like a couple of things that was going on when I was a bit younger that in my unproductive years, I always call it, yeah, where like I was doing certain things or whatnot, and like I always, because I was ambitious and because I knew that my life was bigger than that, yeah, I always knew that I was gonna find my path and do my thing or whatnot. But if I'm being honest with you, bro, that the transition from saying, you know what, I'm gonna completely stop doing this and do that was super difficult for me, you know, because there was that stage of like, if I'm used to having a certain amount of thing coming in. If I stop that, I don't know where I'm gonna find my feet and get some peas from doing that. But at the same time, I don't want to go and do something I don't want to do like outside of that. So it was like, for a long time, it was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, you know, how am I? And then like some of the closest people around me had stopped doing that and found their way and whatever. And so I'm still in secret doing certain things or whatever it may be. Yeah. But literally, I remember the day where I was like, you know what? I'm actually just like, I'm just gonna just try a thing. But it took, bro, I'll be honest with you, it took ages, bro.
Yeah, 100%. It does, because you know everyone likes to make the you try and make the crossover so happy.
Yeah.
And because you've got to cut that to begin that, do you get what I'm saying? It's gonna obviously stop certain things. It's gonna stop things in your pocket. It's gonna stop things that you're doing. It's gonna stop loads of things. But we try and make the crossover, the changeover, like, you know, like when you pass the baton.
We try and make it,
we try and make it so smooth.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to drop the baton and just pick it up.
We try and make it perfect.
We try and make it perfect to where it's just like bam, passing on the baton and the other person's taking over and running. But it's the other person is you. Do you get what I'm saying when I'm saying that?
Yeah.
The other person is you in your old life and you in your new life, and you're trying to pass the baton to the person who you want to be, and 9 times out of 10 the baton drops. Just pick it up and crack on.
Lie, even
do you get what I'm saying?
times I've given myself the baton,
Yeah.
and then the old me holds onto the baton. Yeah. I'm having to drag my man as well. I'm dragging me. I'm dragging my man.
Yeah.
I still get. I'm 2 feet out now, kinda, but it's 2 feet out with one eye looking back at me, because I still get mad phone calls for mad things, and it's just sometimes it's just like,
tempting.
Like, it's tempting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but there's a bigger picture now. As soon as you got kids, it changes the bigger picture.
I think so as well, you know. And I don't even have youths, but I just look at certain men and I think, you know what? You're in a position now where I can see that you don't, like, going to jail before was like, whatever, that was just part of the thing, innit? I can see in your eyes, you don't want to go to jail now.
Not for me though, because like I gracefully say this and touch wood, in all my years, I've given the prison system 11.5 months. Perfect. In all my years.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I commend myself on. You see people look for other things on the road and look for money and this, that and the other. My thing, I promise you, even on the streets, it wasn't to be rich and do this and do that. It was to stay out of prison. You know how much rich friends I've got in prison?
Yeah, I hear that still.
I got a lot of rich brethren. So my thing was always, no, forget being rich. Like, we just got to stay out. Do you get what I'm saying? And that was my thing. And my children changed that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I thought, I'm not having no one come to... And Grace touch wood, it's never happened to them. I'm not having no one come to the door. I'm not having no one kick down this door and scaring them and making them have them thoughts. My kids don't know that life. They don't know it one bit. So for me to really come from that life and them not to have an inkling that they've seen police probably when I've got stopped for speeding.
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that was always on my thought, bro, because I've seen a lot of kids just seeing their houses getting kicked in and it's not a good sight. Sits on their mind for time and they think, bro, that's just my dad's life. I don't want them to think that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was always my thing, and I think it should be everyone's thing. From the, here's a little lesson here from everyone from the road. We got to start thinking like, that's the place that we can't go. Because don't you notice, we look at them man as winners when they're in there and they're he's still a winner.
I never did.
No, but we do, because we you can tell by the way we treat a man when he comes out.
Yeah, I hear that. True, I hear that.
You get what I'm saying? And I said it the other day on Craig's one. Like, I was like, we've got to start throwing champagne over university, man, because these man are graduating after 6 years of uni, and you know who they got there, bro? Their mum and their dad. Man come out of jail and there's 30 man there, bro. Frying shit out of them. No, but it's a joke,
right,
but
though.
I'm dead serious. And I said it on Craig's thing, and he was like, for real? We've never thought about that. Yes, because man graduate year after year, coming from the same estates that we're coming from, but we give the man from the jailhouse more ratings than them. And they're my guys. I love them in the jailhouse, but it's like, we've got to start looking at it like an Egypt thing. Go in there.
You honestly, bro.
But no one likes to say it.
No one likes to say that. But you know what it is?
No one does, bro.
Like, I know man and stuff like that's gone jail and all of that, yeah. And in my head, I've always thought, I love you still, but like, you got caught, innit? And so like, it was never a thing to celebrate, really. Do you know, I'll be honest with you as well, yeah. One thing I never got was the t-shirts of free such and such, unless they were genuinely innocent. Unless we all believed that, you know what, they didn't do X, Y, and Z, then fair. But how can man do a whole madness and everyone's
I just
free killer man gyro?
It's so easy. I look back now and I look at almost all my brethren, me included, my entire generation, and just look at them and just like, you like dickheads. We was all dickheads for a large part of our life. It's easy to look back and be like, oh, we should be rating these lot and that. It's like nothing teaches like experience.
You know who I feel sorry for, because we've all got them friends. You know the one who just made that mistake and gets it first time and gets to 17 years or like 18, and you're like, no, he was a good guy, man. He just done this. I feel sorry for them. Yeah. You see the ones who go in and out, and since he was 18, he's been in and out like 5 times, and he's 32 or something now. Yeah. Everyone knows that guy. Them guys jar me, because there's guys that have got 18 years and they've learnt their lesson in the first year and will never do it again, and they don't get that chance. Do you get me? They've got to do the whole sentence, and you guys are just like, while they're doing the 18 years, you've come in and out 6 times.
Yeah. Do you know what?
And they're on the same one bird.
I agree with that. I think that sometimes though, there could be, not all the time, but sometimes there could be more of a deeper issue with how people are rehabilitated. Do you get what I'm saying? If they're coming out and there isn't any type of support or whatever, and certain people are finding it super difficult, sometimes they might end up just going back to crime, which is still not an excuse, but you could maybe see why certain things might happen. But quickly, I'm going to come back to that in a second. When a man, whether he just got caught the first time or whether he got caught the 5th or 6th time or whatever, my thing has never been free such and such. My thing has always just been, you know what? We all know that what we're doing, there's consequences to the actions, innit? And so, you know what? Unfortunately, I suck God sometimes, but man will still try and support you if I can support you or whatever it may be. But there's not like a big like celebratory thing on, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate you when you come out and you actually pattern up though, not just coming out, because you know what? You're right. Imagine standing outside, busting the champagne and that, and then you're doing it again next year for the same brother, and then another 2 years for.
No, I've seen man on the gram like at 3 different prisons for the same nigga.
Yeah,
freeing him. I'm like, nah, man. You know, like we need lock him up t-shirts, man. I'll be there like at the front while you're there with your freedom t-shirt. I'm just gonna pop out the cab, be like, bro, lock him up, mate. Lock him up t-shirts, because these guys like it's looked at, because it's looked at and I'm thinking about the younger generation, it's looked at as a minor. And it's not, because it's taking a good part of your life.
Yeah.
It's taking your 20s, it's taking your teens, it's taking a good part of your life. So we've got to see that as, nah, man, and we've got to make it look cool to take the L, yeah, and not have it all go your way like a sport little brat.
Yeah.
Because we're spoiled. You get me? That's why man say, that's why man have that line and say, you know what? I'd rather be in prison than broke.
Bro,
have you seen man in prison, bro? Yeah. Have you seen man in prison that's broke?
What,
double broke.
Yeah.
No, you're double broke. Because on road you can be broke, but in prison you're double broke. Because you got to make a phone call to get the money. So the money's further away from you.
Yeah,
and
I'm a man who really don't like asking for things.
Bro, and there's like man with like 150 grand on in their bank account on road, but you can only spend like £10-20 a week. Not unless you get a couple of more. Yeah, because remember, you're on restrictions. You're on restrictions, innit? You can't really spend that. Well, in my time anyway, you had a thing of like £10-20 that you can spend a week. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And go crazy. There's other man that will get it from other places, and you see them showing their videos where they got bare tuna in the cell. I'm thinking, you trying to make me jealous?
I know.
I'm thinking, bro, like, my brother done it one time. Like, I was like, bro, take that down because no one ain't jealous out here. I'll show you. I got 1 Radox in my yard. I don't know why you got 20. Like, you got 20 Radox, 60 tuna, pepper. Kettle, stew chicken being done in the kettle, you know. Yeah. Bro, I'm just with my pop.
That's the one thing about jail.
You what?
I think more men should come out of jail and be chefs. That's the honest truth.
That is absolutely sensational.
There are Michelin star chefs in there.
Yeah,
ones that will get 4 or 5 kettles. Why is there not a restaurant called the Kettle?
Yeah. I hear that still.
Everything done. Get me one kettle for tea. There's only one for tea, and usually they don't even have the tea. Yeah. They'll boil the eggs in that one. And then there's the one, bro, I see man making apple crumble.
Yeah.
Man, they're learning how to condense milk, turning it into like carrot. Bro,
it's not a joke.
It's ridiculous.
So you say man are like, what, man are making stew chicken in the...
Yeah, stew chicken and what? Stew chicken and rice, man.
Full on curries. Using,
you know what?
How many times you got to boil a kettle for that?
Boil the water.
How many times you got to boil a kettle for that?
Bro, forget that. There's man that are putting actual electrical, like, you see the wire that you put into the kettle to plug it in, if you've got one of those, yeah? They'll cut the wire and they'll pull it into water. Rule 101.
What?
Yeah, bro, this is how you have to boil.
Yeah.
So you gotta put that. You got to put.
Do you know how dangerous that is?
It takes like 4 hours to boil.
It's basically like stew chicken or death.
Yeah.
It's like no in between, bro. It's like stew chicken or death. Man saying, well, I'm gonna risk my life for this. You know what? Let's get it done.
Yeah, man are putting the wire in the water and waiting. It will take hours, but it will heat up.
No, but one thing I can tell you about prisoners, and you know what it is, they don't even clock. Because I was one of them. We don't clock how smart we are. Yeah. Right. So when a man's doing all of that, he's just thinking, well, I'm just surviving. But you're not, as you're seeing it, you're a visionary in it. So you're seeing it as, why don't you be a chef? He's just thinking, no, I'm just cooking to survive before I get on road and grab an ad.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you'd be surprised at what you could do and what you could come up with when you're in survival mode.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're in survival mode, you start coming up with all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
Man used to make wicks, because we had, like, say you got 1 match left. Mm-hmm. So you got to make a wick out of tissue. Get all your tissue and just roll it up to where it's long, like it's like a long plait, and it just burns there, and it will just burn for like an hour or 2, so you can come back to it when you want to roll another burn.
Well, look, man,
guys are technical, man. Guys are
ridiculous. So I feel like, but there's 2 kind of jail times, if that makes sense. So there's like the one where you get in, you kind of have you have that week of convos with yourself. And you kind of be like, all right, cool, get me, like, I'm just going to keep my head down, do my thing, read books, learn whatever I can have to learn about myself and about the world. And when I come out, I'm rehabilitated.
Let me tell you exactly how it goes, bro. With ages. I tell man, I couldn't handle 1 day now. And I'm not scared to say it. I couldn't handle 1 day in prison. Because I like my freedom. Do you get what I'm saying? I like doing things and da-da-da-da-da. See, when I was younger... Like, when someone's young, one of my homies called me and he was like, bro, this is stressing me out. Like, he's been in jail like about 4 or 5 times. You get me? He's like, nah, man, But when he had the easiest ride, he was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You get me? At 31, 32, 33, 34, 45.
That's long.
And adults prison is 18 onwards. So you're next door to like, you get what I'm saying? The new young local trap
Don
star.
just turned 18.
He's just turned 18 and he's next door to a man who's 36. Do you get what I'm saying? With 4 youths on the roads and different priorities. He ain't got no youths. He's thinking, bro, how are we gonna get some roll-ups today? Bro, I've got to find this money to send to my girl and sort out my kids' schooling and
Yeah.
Do you understand? Different worlds, bro, but same place.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And the 18-year-old's thinking, bro, like, you better make this your life because this is us right now. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you don't want to hear that. At 18, you want to hear that. I could hear everyone's bullshit. But today, I wouldn't want to hear everyone's bullshit. I'll definitely have them days where I have them on road where I just want to be on my own. No disrespect to anyone. You don't get that in jail. This is why there's so much confusion and so much dramas, because when a guy wants time to himself, he ain't getting that.
You can't get that. Yeah.
You can't get that time to yourself.
Yeah.
A fiend might just run past and go, you know, like, you're like, not today, bruv. Like, you don't get them days to yourself, man.
Worse when you're with your mum or some shit like
yeah,
that.
bro. Trust me, it happens, man.
Yeah,
it happens.
I look at some of my olders anyway, and I think, rah, I can see in your face now that you don't wanna go to jail now, and you don't want to die. Before I never saw that, because you just get so
I hope
caught
you can
up
see it
in
in my face, bro, because I'll try and let it show every day.
Yeah, I hear
No,
you.
do you know what it is? I'm glad you said it though, Chucks. I'm glad. You know why I'm glad you said it? Because too many people are scared to say that. You know, everyone's got that thing. I ain't scared to die, bro. I'm scared of it.
Yeah,
that's probably why I've done certain things in my life and handle myself in a certain way, because. Not because I've been bad, more so because I don't want to die. I don't want to leave this place.
Kids change that though, right?
100%.
Obviously
100%.
aging kids and shit, but man, that's what I see. I see certain man now with you daughters, sons, and all of these type of things, and I think, you don't want to.
Come on, bro.
It becomes a whole different thing. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe when I don't know, I don't have kids in it, but maybe when the youth's just born or whatnot, you may not even think too much about it. But see, like when the youth turns like 4, 5,
you don't
6, you're like, yo, nah. You want to be there.
Yeah.
Well, even when I was with BT Sport, I'm in quarantine in a nice hotel for 3 days. I was stressing. I just want to see my daughter. Big up my son. It's not. I'm not being dread to him, but I want to see my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's I don't know, man. I think kids change you, and I think they should.
Yeah,
they should. It's not all about you now.
Yeah, it's an interesting one still.
Yeah, it is, man. Because a lot of guys think this is the catch-22. They think they're doing it for their children. I'm risking my freedom for my children. Well, don't, bro.
They would rather you be there.
Well, don't, bro.
Yeah, they'd rather you be there than not be there. Like,
well,
you know what,
bro?
Let me tell you something. See, like my dad and that, when whatever was going on in his life was going on in his life. When I was young, I didn't care about none of that. I didn't even know about all of that. I just wanted to just check my dad. Do you get what I'm saying? I just wanted to just be there. Nothing might not be going on. Whether he's got money or whether he don't have money and that. I don't even know, bro.
Yeah.
I just want to just check my dad.
Yeah.
And what was lucky for me, is that obviously I got a sick relationship with my dad. My dad lived near my mum, and that like the estate that I used to live on at the time was nearby, so I could just leave, go to check my dad. You get what I'm saying? Quickly, I might just be there for a couple hours or whatnot, then just go back and go and check my brethren.
Yeah, that's how mine was.
Yeah, or like it just wasn't long to go and stay at my dad's. It was just there. So like if my dad, sometimes I might say, I remember one time I might ask my dad, "Oh, can I get some money to go shop or whatever?" And my dad says this to me. I remember recently he said this to me. We were sitting down having a conversation. Now, like I go and check my dad nearly every Wednesday. I go and sit and there was loads of things that were going on at a certain period of time now. Whereas I'm a big man, I'm asking him like, what happened when someone... Now I'm starting to realise how certain things of a movie it was, At the time it was just normal to me. But like, as time is getting on, I feel like there's bits of information I want to get out of my dad and have conversations with, because tomorrow is not promised, innit? But he said to me, one time I asked him for money to do something, and he didn't have the money at that point. And he said, I walked off with a sad face, and he was like, from that moment, he obviously realised he needed to pattern up or whatever it may be. But see, for me, and which I said to him, I might have been upset for like 60 seconds. I would have just went back out and just enjoyed whatever it was that I was enjoying. I wouldn't it's not something that I think to myself, you know what? When I was such and such age, I asked my dad for £5 and he didn't give it to me, and now I'm still holding feelings. The most important thing for me was being able to just go and see my dad.
Yeah,
that was it. That was the only thing. Nothing mattered.
I actually clocked this about my son, where that pressure was on your dad, and he felt that pressure because I felt that pressure. But my son, he helped me through that by just being so free. He just wanted to go to the park. When I'm thinking, I'm stressing about money, I'm thinking about I'm doing this for him. He was just like, Dad, can we just go to the park? I'm thinking, no. It's free. You ain't got to do nothing. And they're just so free. We put the pressures on ourselves. Like, no, I don't just want to take you to the park. I want to take you to Chesington.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I want to blow this out of the water. Like, you get that pressure. That pressure on you because they don't even understand that until you say it.
Yeah.
You get me? And they're just thinking like, I know how my son is and my daughter. Like, they just want their dad around. You get me? They don't care. Obviously, everyone cares for the extras and the trainers and this, that, and the other, but that's not their. And it's great that I've got kids like that. That's not their be all and end all.
Yeah.
The be all and end all is if my son couldn't come and see his dad every other weekend, that's when he's doing his nut.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny though. You know, like, are you just ultimately wants to spend time, but in our heads we're thinking of we just want to do the madness.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck about that.
Exactly.
They don't
All my
give a
son wants
fuck.
to do is go park. That's it.
bro.
That's it. All they want to do is go park.
100%.
These times you're thinking about Disneyland,
Yeah.
going to Jamaica, you know what I mean, going Spain,
Yeah, they
and
just
doing
want-
all. They don't give a shit.
That's it. It's
They
just
don't
time.
give a shit. Maybe it's a little litness to go back to school and say I did whatever. But really,
now at the
even
older
then,
ages. At the older age, my son's 12 now, so I think he's getting into that.
Okay, so he's
where
starting
he
to get
wants
into
to
that.
wear a little. He's like, Dad, let me get them trainers. Need to wear a nice trackie. Got his little hair in, and
and the girl conscious now, isn't it?
Yes, he's girl conscious now. So, but before that, 8, 9, 7, you could do anything in the world. Like it doesn't matter, man.
Did you have a good relationship with your pops?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Up to a certain, it was weird because it was like I see him every weekend, but it was like it was a vibe. So it holds a certain part in my world, if that makes sense. Because on my dad's side, it's like where all my cousins are from, and they're all around my age. So I go and back my dad, and I'll go and see my uncle, and then I've just seen 10 of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Everyone at grandma's house, everyone. So it was like I loved me and my dad time, but I loved it even more the fact that I just got to see everyone. You know what I'm saying? So it just holds like a particular spot. But my dad was strict. My dad was proper
Serious?
strict. But I was also like a habitual line crosser. You know what I'm saying? Like I would try and see where the line is.
Yeah.
So he would always have to put me in, but he never flopped. He always put me in check. Always.
Okay.
His thing was more time than money. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to, even if it's time that it's not even time spent with him, but it feels like I didn't realize after a whole weekend of being with my cousins that my dad just dropped me to my uncle's and dipped because I'm with my cousins. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same.
Same.
Yeah, that was mine.
But you know what? We're on this subject. I'm gonna even reveal it now because I'm doing a new show called Truth Be Told.
Sick.
And it's sick that you even brought that about your dad because I wanted one of my first episodes to be me and my dad.
Sick.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
And just talking because we're always talking and I don't really know. My dad, I know about his life, but he's never sat down and explained to me about his life. So I thought, you know what?
That's a sick one.
Yeah.
No, it is, and I didn't even want to reveal it, but I thought, you know what? I'm definitely gonna do it anyway. I've spoke to my.
Do you
old
feel
man.
like have you spoke to him? Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to my old man. It's there's a lot of things that I want to know, and not even the stupid things like about you and my mum. I don't really give a damn about that. I just want to know how you was feeling, like growing up with me. How you was feeling, knowing that people might be out there trying to kill your son. My dad's not an idiot. He's like all our dads. They just play dumb leave us to us thinking we're the big men.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But he knew about all these things. What were your emotions like when you thought there was people out there trying to murder your son, or your son was getting involved in things that you heard about that you was thinking, whoa.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But still keeping that's my son. And that's how my dad is. I love you.
What
Like,
was your
dad.
relationship like with your dad?
My relationship with my dad was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't live with me, and I'm not one of them like, oh, my dad wasn't there sort of guys, because my dad was like your dad, like 5 minutes away. I knew where he lived. He didn't turn up on some Saturdays. You know, I always say like, well, you know when you're at the window, you're like, mum, and your mum's like, get away from the window, he ain't coming.
Yeah.
he didn't turn up on some Saturdays, but I've not turned up on some Saturdays. I love my youths. Some days I've had to do things, and you might have had to go to work and be like, you know what, I can't even stop this. So it happens, and I never hold that against my dad. But our relationship, considering everything, it was great because my dad didn't visit me in prison when I was in prison. No disrespect to him, like he's in his own world. My mum did all of that. Do you get what I'm saying? But because I'm growing now and I'm understanding the mental state of a man and what a man goes through, I respect him more and more. Because before I would just think, no, you weren't there when you're about 11, 12. Then bam, oh, he's not there. He's doing it. Do you get what I'm saying? As time goes on,
they say that though,
you start to understand more and more about my pops' life, and I've understood for years because I've had a grown mental for a very long time, so I've understood that my ex was my mum to him. Right. Do you get what I'm saying? So you see that girl that's doing your nutting? Yeah. That was my mum. No disrespect, mum. Because I know you're you and I love my mum to bits, but that's my mum. To him, that was his missus. That was jarring him. You get me? Or he was going through his thing and doing his little bits as men do, and seeing this. So I'm not one of them people who hold anything against that about my against my dad, and I think it helps when you don't get involved in your parents' business. Trust me, there's people out there that be like, you know what, my dad, I don't like what. I understand.
But sometimes the parents as well put you in the mess in the business sometimes. My mum didn't. And that's why, you know what, I will always give the honourable shout out to my mum, knowing that, like, regardless of whatever was going on, at whatever point, she never ever stopped me from seeing my dad.
But say it, you never heard her cuss off your...
Ever!
This is why these girls of today
never heard my dad... Listen, I never heard my mum...
My mum never...
Can I just say this, in fact, if anything, I probably heard maybe people that were, like, close with my mum-ish at the time that had little remarks.
About your dad,
my mum never ever around me, or even she just never did that. That was never a thing.
Never. That was my boy. My mum was riffing my dad.
Serious to bits.
Not to bits. Not enough where it damaged my opinion of my dad. But as you get older, as I got older, I just understand my dad more and more every day without even speaking to him. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm becoming him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not him, but I'm becoming a man. I understand what a flipping 30-year-old man has to do and what a 35-year-old man. I just understand the priorities and how things actually work now. So at the time, there was years where I thought my dad did nothing for me, and I would for whatever reason have like a bit of a thing where I'd be like, I've had brethren that's done more for me than my dad. But it's not true. Yeah. It's just a young way of thinking when you start thinking.
What did other people say that around you to make you think that as well then?
I don't know.
Did someone ever say, oh, when was the last time your dad ever did? Or your dad's never did? And then that made you think, my dad's never did.
No, never.
Probably.
Never.
It probably was something along those lines.
Because that's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Because you know what that is, is that sometimes you do have a lot of people that walk around saying, oh, my dad never did. My dad never did. But they've got that off hearing someone else say it.
That.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In your heart and like how you may have felt, what is not necessarily that. Or there's a whole bunch of context that is... Because the thing is as well, when we're kids and shit, and there's arguments and there's things going on or whatever, we don't have the full context. We just know how we felt when it was going on.
And we only know one side of a story at a time. We never really get the full...
More time. And you know as well...
I'll say that my dad did have it easy in the sense with regards to me and my mum. So my mum would be like, oh, you don't do nothing or whatever it is. But she wouldn't make him do anything. There was no payments he had to make. There was no nothing like that. It was kind of like when you're ready, but she was fed up with the fact that maybe he wasn't putting in as much of a shift as he... Mums are like that. And to be fair, we never see it from a mum's point of view because we're not mums, but mums, that is a full-time job every day. School drop off, this, that, cook this, blah, blah. So I can understand where there's a bit of bitterness or a little bit of something left because you feel like you've done everything. I've allowed you to not do much, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it
I
must,
don't know
it
how
must
to
even
word
be,
it.
it must
you know
be,
what
it
it
must
is?
be even worse as well when you, as a woman, or as a mum,
go on, say
where you
it.
feel like you've done everything,
Go on, say it.
and then you're like doing all that, and then dad just pulls up now.
Go
with
on, say
everything's
it.
lit.
Because this is what I'm... No, but, bro, I was just going to say that. You see the way we're always saying, no, I love my dad, I love my dad. And you're not putting him on a different level than mumsy up here and dad down here. You're saying, I love my dad and I love my mum. Same level. And mum's thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did.
I done all this shit.
I did all
For
of
my
that.
man to pop up with the BMW 7 years later and get my ratings.
Yeah.
Not that our
you know
dads
what though?
did.
But you know what though? Sometimes I would probably say that I hear it. I hear how you feel, but you have to just push that ego to the side.
But
and then wait.
I have that now. If I go home, it don't matter if I ain't been there all day. I do the school run in the morning or whatever, but I don't. Then my missus does pretty much everything.
But you're lit.
But when I come, I'm the lit one.
Yeah, you're the lit one. Right, okay. But you know what it is though, yeah? Sometimes, maybe depending on how you raise your child, whatever it may be, yeah? When you get older and you start having a certain understanding of certain things, that's when you start saying, you know what? I really rate how you... like, I know it wasn't easy at the time. Do you get what I'm saying? I know it was tough. I understand, and that's when you start really getting your flowers. And to me, that is probably more powerful when you have like the full understand or a better understanding of life than when you're just running around naively as a kid. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's empathy, is sympathy. As you get older, you understand the magnitude of things, just events, and certain things that people have to go through and do.
But you got to think, if someone's putting in the rules, do your homework, do this, boom, 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 boom. And this is how it was for years, bro. And then someone pops up on the weekend with £20.
I know what?
It's like this case of a woman. What's she doing? And you're looking at your mum, but you're understanding now what your mum was doing and how she was looking after you.
Yeah.
But mums have to understand why the dads get this, because it's like it can't be beaten because you're a child and all you're thinking is, no man, I can't hear you even cussing this guy. He just comes with scores. He just brings £20. What are you doing? You start questioning your mum. You know what? You're not even doing nothing. I don't even know why I'm here, mum.
I want to live with my dad.
Let me tell you, I don't think I ever did, but I threatened my mum with that for time.
Bare time.
And you know what it was? God bless my mum. I love her to bits and she knows she's my baby. You know why? Because I think she even clocked. You don't want to live with that guy, bro. Because she never,
one time I
never let her have him.
packed up.
Did you?
I have packed up a couple times.
Is it? Yeah.
To go over to my dad's, and it never happened. I don't know how the bachelors unpack themselves.
Because your mum knew.
Because you're not even
If
a
I
dad.
send you there, I'm sending my son to the lion.
And the worst thing is, if you phone your dad, say, Dad, listen, I had enough here, man. I'm coming now.
Yeah.
The dad's like, we're actually come tomorrow.
Let me let you know. This is why that is so true. Because for time, I'm not gonna lie. What my daughter done it. She was like, you know what, Dad? You know what? I've had enough. Remember what I was talking about? I'm coming to stay with you. I phoned her mum. Listen, you gotta sort it out, man. Because you need each other, like. But I'm clocking. Because exactly what you're saying, how your dad would have froze, my dad would have done the same thing. Because I think in that time, my dad had his women around and he's not showing me that. I'm a child. I didn't know none of that. He's keeping that all away from me. But obviously, when I go to the house, it's just like you might see a friend come over. You got to call her auntie.
Yeah, exactly.
But she ain't auntie no more. Auntie's gone.
Auntie's dipped.
It's like, oh, you're fucking auntie then.
You know what, as well, even in hindsight, to be honest with you, my dad knows I love my dad. But at that point in time anyway, I'm probably glad I didn't do that because aesthetically, mum's house was a bit more comfortable.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mum's house always more
because mum's house is mum's, innit?
Yeah,
Usually mum's yard is homely.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go to, your dad might be a certain type of dad or whatever. It's
bachelor
just,
pad. It's
No, but
bachelor
my
pad.
dad, I'm not gonna lie to you.
My dad was a bachelor.
My dad always lived with a woman. Always for his whole career. He was with my mum and then he's with his new missus and that was it. So anytime we're going home to her and him. So that was.
Can I say actually
decent.
thinking about that? Yeah, I got definitely 100% got my independence from my pops because see with him, yeah, like he's lived with women and stuff like that, but ultimately he's a man who prefers his own space. I think even in in his life now, I think I could speak for him and say, you know what? He probably, if he was to get into a relationship with someone now and like probably settle down, he would rather it be him live there and she lives there and they just see each other or whatnot. And I remember my dad used to always say to me, yeah, he'll laugh if he ever sees this, but he'll be like, listen, you know what it is, yeah? You see when I come home, right? See my control, I put it there, and when I come back, it's there.
Yeah.
That's how I like my things. Yeah. That's what he's like, innit, yeah? So for him, he moves when he wants, he does what he wants, and he has that. And I feel like I have had that. I get that from him. And at times, that has had its implications in relationships at times, because I'm so used to just being being on my own thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then to let someone into that is a massive even now, bro, is a massive deal for me. Do you get what I'm saying? But I see the way that he is, and he's just always on his own. He's just always on his own
That's the
thing.
one advice everyone's dad would always give them, though. What's the one piece of advice your dad will always give you? Make sure you keep your own yard.
Yeah, of course.
No. But before he even says anything, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a warning. It's a warning.
My dad gave up his yard last year. He's like close to 60. Like he's had it since he was a youth. Like he gave it up last year to
live with someone.
No, he used to live with his missus, but go home every weekend.
Okay.
And just have his own space. I remember one time. I thought this as a grown man. I went there one time on a Friday, and Mumsy was like, "No, Trish, you know your dad doesn't really come home on the weekend. He just stays at his own flat." But my dad just used to like his own space, just to watch football, smoke weed, and chill and not answer to no one. Do you get what I'm saying? But on the weekdays, boom, 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 go and chill with the family and the girls.
Do you know when we're fuckery though, and why as guys sometimes we can be we do all of that, yeah. Watch how quick we pattern up when we get sick.
Oh gosh, sick days. Yeah,
What?
He's in
But
on
our
that.
sickness is worse.
No. When man get real sick, that's how. Watch how quick man run to a woman to just for comfort. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, it's a bit of a mad one when you think about it, because it's like, okay, cool. We are prepared to commit to a certain place, like to a certain percentage. So that could be all the way up to like 95%. We might go all the way up there. Yeah. Watch how quick man are willing to commit when a sickness licks them down. What? 700% now man want to give.
Yeah.
Sickness or prison. You know how much man proposed from the jail? Bro, they're making us look shit. Them man are proposing, you know what, babes, 17 years I'm out, but I want to marry you now, innit?
Yeah. I hear that.
What now? Now, like tomorrow.
That has got to be the most selfish act in life.
I've heard the biggest heartbreak ever though is the jail one. Like when all of a sudden she's not picking up no more.
Oh,
and
God.
That one is the one. Like
can I tell you this, Dan? Sorry. If I was in a relationship, and it was a newish type of relationship, and I go jail, I'm not calling.
No, you are.
No. Do you know why? Because I don't want to put myself in that predicament to overthink certain things that was going to make me go crazy in jail.
You won't help it though. Can't help it.
Yeah, it will happen.
Can't help it. Trust me.
No matter how long you're in, bro, if you're in a relationship with somebody, and you get 5 years, she's chopping, bro.
But that's this day and age. You see, before they're waiting.
I hear that.
You get what I'm saying?
Monica.
And
I hear that.
And where you're thinking they're waiting, but at the same time, one missed call, everything's out the window, bro. You think she lets you ring out once? I remember my missus let me ring out once, bro. I went back to my cell because you've got an hour, and they're like, I'm on the phone. I'm like, fuck, she let me ring out, boy. She let me ring out, and they're like, time, everyone, lock up. And I'm like, fuck, I can't speak to her for another 2 days or something. Shit. I wrote her the longest letter. See you, certain girl. Separate. And she wrote me back. She was like, "Raw, I was with my mum shopping. You idiot, man. Shut your mouth, man."
But you know what? For a whole week or 2 days now, you've been stressing about whether she's at you. Oh, bro.
Worst place, as Dan said. Worst place. I keep telling these girls as well, man. Stop it. If you want to break out of a man, break out of a man. Or don't be with the dealers and don't be with the hustlers. But don't do it while he's in prison. Because I've seen man cry and fold, bro. Some of the baddest man, the girl will have.
What are they supposed to do? Because they might even in that moment think, I'm going to ride it. Next minute now.
But I'm going to ride it with you by my side. Trust me. It's hard to just ride them birds alone. A lot of men don't do them birds alone.
I hear that. No, but what I'm saying is, a woman might say, you might go jail, And then she'll be like, in that heat of the moment, babes, I'm staying with you, innit? Yeah? A month you're in jail now. Babes, I'm here. I'm not seeing no other man. You are the only one in the room. 3 months later, I'm here still. Yeah, I'm here. 6 months later, I'm here. I'm here now. A year's gone by.
But that's this day and age.
I felt a year from that day to a year ago.
Ask your pops about in his day. They was more low then.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
When it
it's
comes
come
to
down
that,
and it's got more disloyal. Because I remember when I was like...
Because after a while, they
15,
start
16.
asking, they might start asking themselves, hold on a minute now. If I went to jail for a year, are you keeping the dick in the... How quick are you going to sling the dick?
I got a brethren.
How long are you going to sling
I
the
got a
dick?
brethren.
Missus is in jail.
Papoose.
It wasn't
I would love
missus,
to
but
know.
I got a brethren
Sorry.
who keeps
1 second.
going.
I'd love to know if what Papoose was really doing when Remy was inside.
Yeah, he's
if
the one.
Really,
Why is he the one man that comes to mind for all of us? Because he didn't come to mind.
He
for
was
me.
riding, bro.
Yeah.
And I rate it.
Yeah.
If he did the right thing.
Yeah.
But even if he did the wrong thing, you know what? He might have been, I'm not justifying it, but he might have been going and just getting a one satisfaction, but his mind wasn't there. He was just maybe doing that.
No. You won't get away with that one.
Oh,
Still. No.
Yeah.
But I got a guy who kept linking. Every girl he linked kept going jail.
What?
You know.
Every girl he linked.
Are you serious?
Like 3 on a spin.
If that happened to the man will call him a snitch. When this girl is like...
Yeah, I hear that.
When this girl is just like... Man still roll like... It's like... Girls are somewhere...
He
like
was going to
thinking-
the circus, bro, and just getting clowns. That's what it sounds like.
No, I've never dated a bird that's gone to prison.
I would
I
ride.
don't think so.
What you wait for your
Depends
girl?
on how long she did.
I wouldn't. I'll be honest.
It depends on what it depends on. It depends on a few things. If she was innocent, yeah. Or maybe
Innocent
no,
what?
fuck
What's
it.
that? What's that?
No, say she did something in it, yeah, but then she went jail or whatever. If it wasn't that long, man would ride it. But if it's a 5 year, 6 year, and all of that, then
But
forget
five,
about
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. This is what I'm saying. In our day, 5-6 years weren't long. It was the 10 to 15s that were long. Girls can do 5 to 6 years. 5 to 6 years, and
That's
you
a
do
hell of a
about
long time.
2
Imagine
years,
in your prime
2
as
years,
well.
3 years.
5 years in your prime, forget it.
Yeah,
28 to 30, no way.
yeah.
Impossible.
Is there a way to come back and know when you come and claim your food now back again, whether it's been tampered with?
100%. Let me tell you, happened with an ex, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Mother's life. I went in prison. I was on road, and I'm not gonna front to you, bro. Like, you know, when you're beating someone, you know exactly how it feels when it going. On my mother's life, all jokes aside, it felt different. And I said to her straight away, "It's me. Someone's been here, you know." On my mother's life, please, if you've got any guts, just come under here and say, that was me, baby. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because I noticed straight away, bro. I noticed it straight away.
What, did you say it mid-chop? Or did
Like-
you say it afterwards?
It was mid. Because I stopped.
Fuck.
I stopped. It was
Nah,
my. It was
something
my.
different.
You get what I'm saying? It was my.
There's
it
a
was
home
my heart,
invasion.
bro. It weren't no girl that I was just linking. It was my heart. So it was like,
Man said
no,
someone came in and moved the
someone's
sofa.
been here. Yeah, someone's moved the sofa.
Yeah,
someone's been
come in
eating
and moved
porridge,
the sofa.
like one of the three
Yeah,
little bears.
something's happened. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it's probably the big little bear because it feels a bit wider.
Oh, nah, man.
Do you get what I'm saying? No, bro.
that would drive me mad.
You're taking away my manlyhood.
That would
Do you get what I'm
drive me
saying?
mad.
Because it's like raw, like. But I
Could be a
did,
dildo.
and I think I was
If I was a
right.
girl, that's what I'll be.
It could be the Lexington still.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Is that a massive dildo? I've heard that name.
Yeah,
Lexington.
do you know what?
That sounds like a big yard man, you know. Lexington Steel.
Do you know what? I did a not a Valentine's. Yeah, I did a Valentine's party like some years back or whatnot, and my brethren's girl used to work at Ann Summers. Yeah, so he gave me the information wrong. I don't know what they ended up having a falling out, but all I knew is he's come to me and said my girl works at Ann Summers and she's got some things that she's willing to give away or whatever. So I'm like, cool. So anyway, he's come to the yard with the package now, yeah, like bare fucking vibrators, dildos, all kinds of shit. Yeah, there was some like unreasonable ones, and I remember there was one particular dildo. Yeah, I said none of them's gonna claim this. There's not gonna be a girl in this dance that is gonna
I
say,
guarantee there is though.
bro. You see when they saw this thing. You know when you see like when an artist flings his t-shirt into the crowd and everyone starts fighting for a piece of the t-shirt. That was how they was going on for this thing.
What? I said a big one.
Bro, no, it wasn't big, bro. It was unreasonable, bro. Like, there's a difference between big and then it's just like, you're trolling now. You're trolling. Like, that's, you're taking the piss.
You're trolling.
You're taking the piss, bro. They went absolutely ham for it, bro. Ham for it. I was like, yeah. So maybe it could have been.
It could have been that.
Yeah.
And the thing, in my Deets days, that for some reason, like, see when you run out of stuff to order, I just started ordering bare toys.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I was ordering all
You
these
did
toys.
that?
Yeah.
What type of toys?
Bro,
For the women, like,
yeah,
you know,
vibrators.
Why?
Do you know how cool? You know how cool you look when you bring a vibrator home to a woman?
Not a dildo, though.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What? You've never bought one for them, like for Valentine's or something?
Brought a dildo?
Huh?
Nah, I'll tell you what I was.
I've definitely bought a dildo.
Yeah.
And you never bought
Have
it.
you?
Come on.
Do you know
I've done everything I've done. I didn't need to look at him no more. I'm done looking at him.
I ain't done. I was gonna do a waxwork of my own thing though.
Yeah, no,
way.
you
Yeah, I
can
was
do
gonna
that.
do
You
that,
can do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's so
They got molds. Even on
That's so
Amazon, you can
gangster,
get that.
that
so
still.
confident and
Yeah, I was
so
gonna do
true.
that still. I was gonna do that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. But
Enough man's gonna take that idea, you know. Next
yeah,
week,
just
bro.
do the wax work and that, and then just boom. Like, that's me, innit? If you wanna.
What's she gonna do?
February's round the corner as well. You can just get 5 made.
So what's she gonna do? Just put it on a shelf at her yard.
Nah, well, you would want to
it
think
makes
if I'm
like
not
a
if
rubber
I'm
mold, so it turns into a dildo.
Yeah.
So it's your,
Yeah.
so it's your
Right.
actual dick. Nah.
Right, so if I'm away-
She
if
don't
I'm
need-
away-
she don't need that sort of energy from me, man. She needs something. She might need something bigger, man. She don't need that sort of energy.
I hear that still.
Yeah, she don't, she'll be like, oh, come on, man. I deal with you as a person. Like, I don't need this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with you, Chuckie. I'm fucking with you. You don't need to do this.
Now my
Like,
thing is, if I'm away, choose together, and if I'm away, or
I like
whatnot,
that. That's a good idea.
You get what I'm
That's a
saying? I'm
good
away
idea.
for a month.
But
or
bro,
whatnot.
if you ever come home and see that in a place that you know it's not being used, and you see other thing being used, you'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. If anything other than that,
You're taking the bottom drawer, you know, and her main
big
thing in the
argument
top
now.
drawer.
Big argument.
Yeah,
now.
obviously.
My all of a sudden now my thing's got beer rust on it and that.
Yeah,
Ain't been
but
opened.
babe, sorry,
Yeah.
it broke and smashed into a million pieces by accident.
What?
Yeah.
Bullets the lot, man. It's mad.
Yeah,
Boom. Lastly, quickly as well. Yeah, I was. How long have we got? Have we got till 9?
Someone gonna, yeah.
Cool. I had to bring this up. Yeah, this may be a big conversation, too big of a conversation for now, but I was saying to there's not a question. It was just something that came to my head recently. Yeah, I was watching the whole the Octavian thing plan out, like where people was like having just big opinions on that or whatnot. Yeah, and I saw a lot of girls saying, this person needs to speak up, that person needs to speak up, whatever. And then, like, in my head at first, I was kind of like, why? Like, why do they need to do that? Then I thought in my head, no, actually, I actually understand why. Because, you see, I've always had this theory on, like, racism in football, yeah? Where I'm like, when black people or black players come out and they say some shit, it's just black players just saying some shit. Like, yeah, ultimately, people do, like, it goes in the newspapers and all that type of stuff. But again, it's just us just saying our experiences. It feels like it doesn't always hit home at times. Whereas, if a white person turns around and says, you know what, in fact, forget you lot walking off, I'm coming off, innit? If all of you, because ultimately they have the privilege, innit? They have the privilege. So it's like, if they kept doing it, then watch how quick you'd start seeing things happen, innit, yeah? So then I tie it back to this and I'm like, wait, so in this situation here, yeah, it feels like there's an element of privilege that we have, yeah? So then I was asking myself, wait, so if we was holding the man them or ourselves, yeah, accountable for certain things, would it stop the fuckery?
I don't think.
Or not really?
I not for stuff like that. I don't think. I feel like some things are personality traits when it comes to just certain things, innit? You should condemn them, but I'm just one of those people. I don't know why, but as I've got older, I've just learned to keep my nose out of people's fucking shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, literally, I just try and stay. Everyone's got their own demons, their own battles. I can't be bothered to be like passing that thing of judgment, even when someone should be judged and should be like, yeah, fair enough. If you fucked up, someone's got to tell you about it. But it's just not gonna be me. You see what I'm saying? I've done too much fucking, and I've never in that world of abuse and that. I don't know why. Like, in all the things I've done, it's never been anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Malicious and and stuff like that. My thing's just always been fuckery.
But that's our problem, and I think us as black men and coming from the worlds we come from, we don't see these things as our problem, and they are.
Yeah, facts.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like even with the thing that happened the other day with the with that guy trying to take the little girl. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're always like this, that, and the other. But we, coming from the street, even we kind of leave that to the police to sort out. But that's our problem.
Yeah,
because he looks like us. He's from our world, and this, that, and the other. Like, so these things that we kind of, there's things that we need to see as our problem that we don't make out like our problem, and we pass the baton.
That is a flipping that one's abuse, yeah. Where I think he's obviously been violent and abusive to his ex or whatever.
Who's that?
Yeah, Octavian.
Yeah. I wasn't. Do you know? I wasn't even.
I'm talking about that one specifically, yeah, because that's the most recent one. Something like that. I look at it and I do the shake my head, but I'm not gonna go and fuel this fire. Everyone knows what it is. There's enough people going at it. I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna jump on top of it and be like, oh, Octavian, you're a dickhead for this. I don't even know my man. You get me? Yeah. But you're weird for doing what you do. But I'll leave your battles to you and leave my battles to me kind of thing. I've got that kind of mindset with certain things. Some things, inexcusable, unexplainable, and you got to go. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other things where it's just like let's have it right. Like,
but sometimes, and obviously I don't want it to make it seem like this is not what you're saying, though. Yeah, because it can be thing, because it's a delicate thing in it, yeah. But sometimes certain things like that can be that too. But I do think that even when the whole like you gotta go thing, I got a big heart in it. So like sometimes when I see someone doing some fuckery or whatever, I can condemn that straight away. But I could also, if you're my brethren, not turn my back on you so much because I know that you might need help and you've just showed me in that moment that you need that. So I'm going to deal with that privately and we're going to have our conversations however we have them privately and try to help you that way. There are probably, I think for all of us, we probably all have a line, no?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I could, if a guy had troubled a baby or a thing and I knew you, I don't think I could. I don't know if I could help you with that. And maybe there's something within me that would have to distance myself from you because that one there is just a bit far off. Do you get what I'm saying? But even then, yeah, I think it's, I think that even though you might be talking specifically to that, yeah, I'm not even talking specifically to that. I'm just saying that I think that maybe at times, even within our own circles, sometimes we may have to turn around to a man and say, bruh, like, you're moving absolutely insane, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that around me. You don't have to be performative and do all of this. Sometimes you might actually have to, though. And sometimes you might have to if it turns out that hypothetically, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 of your brethrens have done those type of things, and you are of somebody of some type of, I don't know, you might be some type of personality or whatever. You might actually want to come out and just say, I know it looks a little bit mad, but trust me, man ain't really on all of that type of stuff. But ultimately, I just think that within our own circles, we might have to at sometimes do a little bit more to make man know, even if you are going to do that, you have to do that in absolute secrecy. You can't do that around me or the man them or whatever, because it's going to be a big problem. 1 time can be all right, but 2 times is going to be like, yo, man, I have to just... You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I just say that, bro, because I think that in this case, not in this case, but in this context, yeah, and there's all these different types of context, but let's just talk about this context, yeah. I think it's almost the same thing where, like, when you have black players that come out and they're just saying and talking from their experience and sometimes it falls on deaf ears, I think it's actually the same when it comes to, like, gal and abuse and, like, how certain manner... You understand what I'm saying?
I just think, just like with the players, I think there's so many different cases. So it's like we just sit there as the people on the outside and be like, what one do I take serious? What one do I da-da-da-da-da? Because we've probably given someone our time before that the girl's been lying. We've probably given someone our time before that they've been lying and the one that we've been backing has been the wrong one. Do you get what I'm saying? And I always just believe, like, as I said, man, we need to be more vocal about these things. And I think we're not. And I think, you see, because as you're saying a lot of the times, oh, my brethren might have done this and da 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 da. I think a lot of us, when it's our brethren, if we've got a lot of love for him, we kind of, and we've all done it before, like just push it under the carpet. Do you get what I'm saying? And you've spoke to him differently as your brethren, but you ain't put him out there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what though? For me, yeah, but the love that I have for my brethrens is deep enough for me to say, you're fuckery.
Yeah.
That's how deep my love is. I can do that.
Yeah,
I can say, you
for
know
my
what?
own
You're
brethren,
fuckery.
anyone who I know personally, I can do all of this. I'm just
Right.
talking in regards to people that I don't know and have never met,
I hear you.
but they are a popular figure.
I hear you.
I'm not the person that's gonna come out and condemn my. I don't know you personally. I don't know nothing. Whereas at least with my people, I may not see a struggle, but I'll have a better indication of who you are as a person and just.
So you
just
know the
certain
deep.
things, yeah.
Sometimes you know the deep rooted
And
thing
also,
of where it comes from.
my thing is, I wouldn't even do it necessarily publicly.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
hit my number
yeah.
and just be like, "What are you doing? That's a dickhead. What are you doing?"
Yeah, don't be a mug.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just me, and like, it's like I'm not right in saying that, but it's just my
It's like your
my
brethren
way.
doing a madness when you're in the club in front of a bunch of girls. You don't really tell him off in front of the girl.
Exactly.
You put him to the
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Like,
be like, yeah.
oh, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Like,
But then, do you know what though?
It's exactly the same as that.
Speaking though, yeah. Maybe, obviously, that everyone plays a role in how they, you know, they deal with issues and stuff that affects them or our community or whatever, yeah. But sometimes, maybe we do need strength in numbers when it comes to speaking out on certain things, so that it reduces the possibility of it happening. Because if we all did it just in silence, then maybe nothing would happen.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%. That's what I'm saying. What I'm doing isn't right. It's just my
Yeah,
way.
sure,
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
that still. I hear.
But you're right as well, because if we all do that, then if everyone stays silent, no one speaks.
Yeah,
But then you know what- everyone
but the thing is,
speaks.
if we all do it, then sometimes it's too much
It
noise.
goes too much, and it's a
Right.
mental health thing. And
Right,
all
okay,
that,
cool.
yeah.
If you're taking, so let's talk about, because I spoke about it the other day.
I'm gonna put this to.
But the whole Octavian thing, I just think there's not enough, because as I said, in one day, he was found out, told off, and convicted, all in one day. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean I heard about it, then I heard what was happening. He was dropped by his label. I heard all of that within one day. So I thought, rah, this guy's been like, and who are we to play judge and jury with people's lives? And we've all got our own little demons, as Dan said, like, so just coming out and really speaking on a situation that really none of us. I'm going by a video. A man's showing me a video and I'm going by a video. Well, he did look a bit high. A man's like, you know what, he did look high.
But that's all that's
He
making. I feel that's all excuses. still.
But no, it is all excuses, and it's excuses that, as you were saying, and why you're even talking about this, is things that we need to stop hiding from as our people.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And stop addressing things that we feel that we want to address, and start addressing the right things.
Yeah.
Don't just pick and choose. We like to pick and choose what we want to address, innit? Like, yeah, I'm going to address that today.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, my man's doing that. Nah, that's not really my business. Nah, bro, you can't pick and choose that.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Do you know what it
100%.
is? Do you know what it is as well? Yeah, I think the way that I see it is like when something like that happens. Yeah, I don't necessarily just look at that situation, because I think I don't really know the ins and outs of whatever. I could look at it and say that just looks all mad. Yeah, but when I look at the reaction by certain people, yeah, and not necessarily just like the silly noise, but when I watch like some of the genuine reactions from certain people, it does then make me realize how deep that actual issue is. Because what happens is, sometimes no one speaks about nothing. It's the same with racism to a degree. You know what I'm saying? My thing was never. I grew up in an area that was like predominantly white, but I went to a school that was predominantly. I went through certain things, but my whole thing was never. I never came out and was like, this happened to me and that happened to. But you know what? When the conversation comes up, well, I might sit here and start talking about certain things. We'd be catching some joke, but at the time, it was mad,
joke,
bro. That was a life, innit?
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at the reaction, sometimes I'm like, remember we talked about it before on this episode here, where I think Harry was here, and it was we was talking about a tweet that a girl put out when she was like, what would you do if no men existed in the world? And so like all these girls started putting in things like, I would just I would just wear what I want, or I would just walk down the street, and like all of these normal things that we just don't necessarily think about. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I look at a situation like that, I don't look at him and just like banish my man. But if there's like a whole bunch of people that are coming out and talking on situations like that had happened to them, then I'm like, well, okay, at some point now, we might have to turn around and be like, a bit loudly, rah, if you're gonna do that, you better do that in secrecy, bro, because you understand what I'm saying?
Not even in secrecy. I say we need to start bringing these men to the table.
Not even wait. Let me even just say that again. Don't do that at all.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that like, I feel so strongly about this. That if I find out that you're moving a certain type of way, we can't hang.
But I'm so glad. And even when you said that, I think that's the easy way out. We can't hang. As you said from the start, we've got to start bringing this to the table, like. And we've got to start treating it like it's our problem. Yeah. And we're treating it like it's not our problem. If it doesn't concern you or your brethren, it's not really your problem.
No.
And I'll be honest. I mean, not even pointing the finger at you. It's like me. I've lived like that. Oh, yeah. But I don't know, man. You might not have so much of a heart for her, like, because it's not you or your friend that's doing it. Or you might not have such a heart for him. Do you get what I'm saying? But we have to go on like these things are our problem. They're our drama. It's not the police's drama because the police don't like it and we don't like it. So it's our drama. Because if we're coming out of the hood, we make all these little stupid things our drama in the hood. Coming out of there, oh yeah, who's my man seeing? Who's this girl seeing? And da. Nah, bro. These things are supposed to be our drama. Like, we're supposed to be bringing these things to the table. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what I believe, man.
Yeah, definitely. But also at the same time, I believe in like, even when someone does, I guess it just depends on your relationship with them, but I would always still support my brethren when it comes to certain things, but only if I know that, like, you know what, I'm letting you know that's like, you're moving mad, but I'm here for you still, because I know that sometimes some people need support. Like, we're seeing things without its context at times. You know what I'm saying? Not even just that, push that aside, but just even where we come from. Sometimes we might hear about a certain situation. My man did this to such and such, or she did such and such to so and so, and we don't really know the full context of it. But we know that there's some type of toxic thing in there where sometimes it's like, you know what, we might need to step in a little bit and just say, look, like, what's going on? What's going on with you? Are you all right, bro? Like, what is happening with you? Do you get what I'm saying? Let's try and see if we can help this before it starts getting too crazy and you catch a mad one. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't know, man, bro. Either way, though, man. Hey, I'm so happy that you came in.
No, bro, come on, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's been nice.
This flew by 2 hours, you know.
2 hours
flew by, bro.
2 hours.
2 hours, bro.
But I'm not gonna lie, the best ones are when you don't even. And you know, there's more that you could have said, and there's more that you could have. You trust me, man. It happens, bro, man. But it's been
your podcast.
It's always a pleasure.
You are podcast material, bro. And you know what? Like, you come from a certain place, where you have so much authenticity within you that, like, it not only has value, but it cuts deeper when someone like you is talking about certain types of things, innit?
Yeah, you said it to me in a voice note one time.
And it's important for me to say that out loud and give you the flowers loud, bro, because I think it's important to have free thinkers that come from a place where you've come from and speak in the way that you are. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that is encouraging. I think it's encouraging and it's inspiring at the same time, and I'm looking forward to seeing like where you go with that.
Enough love for that, man. Enough love for that, bro.